Hi, it's Demi from Reading with Demi and welcome back to another video. So this video is super exciting because I get to announce that I am co-hosting my first ever readathon. I am going to be one of the co-hosts of the middle grade magic readathon, the Kingdoms edition, hosted by the amazing Claire from Claire's Creative Corner. I will pop a link down below to her announcement video, but I wanted to make one myself as well because I need to get you to all join my team, basically. That's what this video is. It is to convince you to join my team because it's the best team, obviously. So the readathon is running throughout the month of August. So August 1st to August 31st. 30 days of September. Yep, 31st. There are 6 teams. But obviously mine is the best, but we will get into the teams in a second. And each team has 5 reading prompts and 1 song prompt to try and match up with all their books. As it is a middle grade magic readathon, there will be extra points for middle grade books, but if you've seen any of my videos, you know I have not touched a middle grade book since I was like 10. So this might prove difficult for me. However, I am here to give you all of the young adult and adult books that might fit these prompts because that's probably what I'm going to be doing with it. So I am the host of Team Villeneuve. I don't know why they gave me the French team. Sure, my name's Demi, but like that's it. It means half. I'm only half French. I'm not French at all. So our team is based off of the village and kingdom in Beauty and the Beast, which is one of my favourite Disney films of all time, especially the animated one. The live action one's not too bad, but I prefer the animated one. So there is Team Atlantica, which is related to Little Mermaid. Mount Olympus, which is Claire's team, and that team is all around Hercules. We have the Pride Lands, which is related to The Lion King, which I mean I love it, but each time I watch that it makes me cry, so I could never have been the team leader for The Lion King. I would have just cried. We have Jamestown, which is from Pocahontas. And last but not least, there is Team Arendelle, which is of course from Frozen. We're actually going to look through my bookshelf together, which I have recently redone. And we're going to find all the books on my bookshelves that fit these prompts. So there will be lots of suggestions in this video for you if you're looking to take part, but you're maybe not a middle grade reader like me. So for my team, the first prompt is a book with a bookish element. The first one that comes to mind would be Court of Silver Flames, which I would show you, but my sister currently has as she is reading it. But the main character in there, Nesta, she spends a lot of time in the library reading, so that would definitely count. Apologies, I'm currently holding the tripod because it won't go up high enough. But I'm going to assume, not that I've read it yet, but Bromance Book Club almost definitely has something to do with books in it. Like, I would bet money on the fact that there are books involved in this book. So that would work. Looking across. I have not read most of these books, so I couldn't tell you if there are books in them or not. So you'll have to tell me. Not really many books in that series. Let's see if I can put you down now. There we go. No, I've not read many of these books either. Oh no, this is not an easy prompt for me. Let's go down a shelf. Aha, I spot one. Oh, this one. Why are you stuck together? Not that one. Although there might be. I don't know. But definitely Book Lovers by Emily Henry. The main character is a publisher, I think. So it's a literary agent and an editor. So they're definitely book related. Pop those back in. Have a look. Again, not read the rest of these. Let's go down again. Oh, can't get you down. There we go. Let's have a look and see. Again, I've not read many of these books, and this is making me realise how many books I've not read, so that's great. Go down to my rainbow shelf. Actually, let's see if I can... Yeah, all the way down. So my rainbow shelf. think Thursday Murder Club has a book club in it. In a peaceful retirement village, 4 unlikely friends meet up once a week to investigate unsolved murders. No, not a book club. That doesn't work, that I know of. Get in. Ignore dark matter, I haven't been able to fit it in yet. Where's Verity? This could work because the main character of Verity is a ghostwriter, so that's kind of bookish. Let's pop that back. That might be it on this shelf, I don't know. Again, if you see any books that you think would work for this prompt and I have missed them, please let me know. I think these 2 books would count as well. So The Satsuma Complex by Bob Mortimer. The Satsuma Complex is actually the name of the book within the book, so I think that kind of has a bookish element to it. And also The Hating Game by Sally Fawn. Again, it's a rivals to lovers set in a publishing company, I believe. I think it's set in publishing. I've read it. I promise I've read it. Yeah, publishing. There we go. I was right. And then if I angle you this way, I haven't read it, but it's called The Book Eaters. I'm gonna assume books are in it. Just a hunch. We've got Babel, which I believe is about translations, which might mean there's books involved. You could probably tease that prompt a bit if you wanted to read Babel. This is where Silver Flames would live if it's currently in my room, but alas, it is not. There are books in Fairy Tale. Not that I want to read this. Don't know. Barb doesn't tell me. Okay, this one is called Book of Night. I would assume there are books in it, but who knows? Don't know. Now that I think about it, another book that might work would be Discovery of Witches, because she spends a lot of her time in a library. So that could work as well. Editing Demi here. I've now realised there's a lot more books that contain bookish elements, some of which I've read and some of which are on my wish list, so I thought I would quickly pop in and update you on those. I'm going to put them all on the screen for you to have a look at now. But for all the ones I've read, you did see me point out Beach Read by Emily Henry and say I don't know if there are books in it. Turns out there are, they are authors. You've got The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, which I believe is a fantasy. The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz, which is a thriller that I really want to get to. Same for The Last Word by Taylor Adams, which is when someone writes a negative review on a book. And The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer, which I believe is about a children's author who goes dormant for some time and then starts publishing again. Okay, prompt number 2 is a book with a curse. Is this an excuse for me to mention Zodiac Academy in one of my videos? Yes, it is. Eventually, you get to a curse in this book, or in this book series. I'm not going to say anything else, just that there is a curse. Let's go down. I really should read more of my books because I don't know. I know there is a curse in... Where is it? Dare to the World. One of the characters in this book by Charlene Harris gets cursed by a witch. Actually, just finish reading that. I'm gonna assume it's called From Bad to Cursed. I'm too close. So I'm gonna assume that there's a curse in this one. Is there one? I don't know, but definitely this one, From Bad to Cursed, sounds like there's a curse in it. I mean, there has to be a curse in this, right? Like, it's literally on the cover. Arguably, the word curse on the title is enough for it to count in my eyes, so I think that would count. Let's go a bit further down. Again, I know it's not the first one in the series, but Kingdom of the Cursed. So that's a curse. I can't remember if there's a curse in any of these books. I don't know. I think you could argue that what happens to the main two characters in this book could be seen as a curse. So if you wanted to read The Night Circus, which I 100% recommend, this could be a curse. Let's go down again. I'd say The Shining has a curse in it. If you wanted to read Stephen King, that's definitely cursed hotel, to say the least. Get back in. Thank you. Haven't read The Institute, so I don't know. Haven't read most of these books. Bottom shelf. Possibly. Turns out I'm not very good at this. And then I've just grabbed a few off of that bookshelf over there. So we have A Court of Thorns and Roses, in which the Spring Court has been cursed, and it is up to our main character Feyre to break that curse. Kind of. At least the first book. We have Silver in the Bone, which is a fantasy in which the main character Tamsin's younger brother has a curse on him that she is trying to break. And then I haven't read this one. It is the sequel to Twin Crowns, but Cursed Crowns. Clues in the name again, so I'm going to assume there's a curse in it. So prompt number 3 is Found Family. Again, there are lots of books that would fit this prompt. Claire has explicitly said that I cannot recommend this book, but I'm going to put it in anyway because I've just finished it. And if you want to go very, very dark, you know, you might want to give it a try. Den of Vipers. I was going to say unsurprisingly, but no, surprisingly, Found Family. Don't read it. But again, you could go Court of Thorns and Roses, has a lot of found family, especially once you get into the later books. Silver in the Bone, again, you could argue that has some found family aspects in it as well towards the middle to end of that book. Let's have a look. Again, looking at these bookshelves is just reminding me that I have not read most of these books, which is really bad. I guess Poppy War by R.F. Kuang could count as found family. It is a lot heavier than most of the books I've recommended so far, but I think it would fit. I don't actually have a copy of it to hand, but Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, that series I would consider to be found family. Again, I think The Night Circus would count as found family, as the main characters actually spend all their time with the people at the circus instead of actual family members. Another book I don't have a copy of but would recommend is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It is more of a romance than a found family, but I think it definitely has some found family elements in it, and I really enjoyed that book. Prompt number 4 is Beautiful Cover. I'm not going to give any recommendations on this one because I think it's subjective, but you know what you consider to be a beautiful cover, and if you think it's beautiful, then it's beautiful, and you can count it in this challenge. Oh, what's my last prompt? Prompt number 5 is a book that has a rose on the cover or in the title. The go-to would be Court of Thorns and Roses because it's in the title. But I assume any in that series would count because the series is a Court of Thorns and Roses. What's this? I don't know about the non-Fairy Loot edition, but the Fairy Loot edition of Cruel Illusions by Margie Fuston has roses on the cover and also on the sprayed edges, which I think is gorgeous. I'm sure some of my romance books will have roses on the cover. Let's have a look. It has flowers but not roses. Aha! I think they're roses. From Luke Off with Love, which is a contemporary romance, slow burn by the Queen of Slow Burn, Mariana Zapata. I think this is a hockey and figure skater romance, which I need to read. You know, this might be twisting the rules a little bit, but Speak of the Devil by Rose Wilding. I don't know, Claire might not be letting me have that one, but it's going in the video. And the last prompt for our team, which is actually the song prompt, is to listen to the song Be Our Guest, which is a great song, so I recommend you all listen to it. And they are my team prompts and my recommendations on the books I currently own for those prompts I haven't planned a TBR yet because we are still in June, so I've got all of July to try and figure it out. But stay tuned, as I will be posting one probably at the end of July for what I'm going to be reading in August, hopefully. I will link all the co-hosts' information in the box below, as well as a link to the Discord so that you can join in with us. I look forward to seeing you all there, and don't forget to join Team Villeneuve.